Hello friends, in this tutorial you will learn how to install ttkbootstrap GUI library on Linux systems. So here we'll be focusing mostly on Debian based Linux system like Ubuntu Linux, Zorin Os, etc. So you can go to the installation page of the ttkbootstrap library and it will say that you can install the ttkbootstrap library by using this particular command, that is python -m pip install ttkbootstrap. Now, if you run this particular command on a Debian based Linux system, you will get certain errors. So in this tutorial, I will teach you how to install the ttkbootstrap by rectifying those errors. So I'll just show you this one. I'll just copy this one. So this is the command line and I have copied the command here. You have to make a slight change here. It should be Python 3 for Linux system. So I'm going to press enter. Now you can see that there is an error called as externally managed environment. Now it is saying that you can't install ttkbootstrap on a system level package. You have to install it locally by using a Python virtual environment. So according to the latest programming guideline for Python, we have to use virtual environments so that the system packages are not cluttered. Now we have to use a different strategy to install ttkbootstrap. So you can go to our website, that will be this one. And here we will show you how to do that. The link to this particular website is also in the description. So to install the ttkbootstrap library, you first have to install the tkinter library. So we will use the app package manager and install the tkinter library. After that, you have to create a virtual environment. Then you have to activate the virtual environment and then you have to install the ttkbootstrap library locally into the system. So this will not be a system-wide package. It will be installed locally inside your virtual environment. Now all the commands that we are using are available in this particular website, so you can check it out. Now we also have a complete Python GUI design tutorial using ttkbootstrap and tkinter on our website. Now we are going to install the ttkbootstrap on a Ubuntu system. Here I will be using Ubuntu 25.10. This method is similar for all Debian based systems like Zorin Os, Linux Mint, Ubuntu, etc. So I'll use the fast fetch and you can see that it's Ubuntu. Now the first thing we have to do is to install the tkinter library. Since ttkbootstrap is a theme extension for tkinter, we have to first install the tkinter library. Then only ttkbootstrap will work. So you can also use apt or apt-get to install the Python tkinter. So you can press enter, give the password. Now tkinter is installed on our system. You can check that. So I'll clear the screen, call my Python interpreter, Python 3. Then I can import tkinter. So there is no issue. Now you can also create a simple test program for this one. For that you have to type tkinter dot underscore and test. So this will create a small tkinter window. So you can see a small tkinter window is there. You can click me and you can also. So this particular method has created a simple tkinter window, implying that the tkinter is properly installed on our system. The tkinter is actually installed system-wide, so you can access it even outside the virtual environment. So you can quit this one. Now we are going to install the ttkbootstrap library. So before doing that, you have to create a Python virtual environment using venv. So if you are new to Python virtual environment, you can check one of our tutorials. So the link for that particular tutorial is in the description. So I'll also explain it right now. We'll clear this one. So we'll create a directory. We'll go inside the directory. Now we have to create the Python virtual environment inside this particular directory. So for that, you have to write Python 3 -m n, that is the virtual environment that we'll be using. Name of our virtual environment is also venv. So we'll get an error stating that you have to install ensure pip. So you can just copy this particular command here and install it. See, my Linux installation is a fresh installation. That is why I'm getting these things. If you have already created a virtual environment for other project, you won't be getting this particular issues. So we'll install the ensure pip. Now the ensure pip is installed. I'll clear it and I will create the virtual environment. You can see there is a folder called when inside the tkb_tut directory. That means that the virtual environment is created. Now if you go inside the file system, this is the ttkb directory. So if I open this one, you can see the when directory. Then inside that there will be bin include library, library 64 and configuration files. So the ttkbootstrap will be installed in the lib directory. So now we will install the ttkbootstrap. So before installing ttkbootstrap library, you have to activate the virtual environment. So for that you have to use the activate scripts. You use the source command to run the activation script, which is inside when bin -activate. So we can see that the prompt have changed to when right here. So that means that our virtual environment is activated. Now you can install the ttkbootstrap library. So it will be pip install. So this will locally install the ttkbootstrap library inside this particular virtual environment. Now the ttkbootstrap library is installed. If you go inside the file system, inside the library, site packages, you can see that the ttkbootstrap library is installed in this one. So this is a local install. You can also use the pip list command. So you can see that ttkbootstrap is also installed on this particular virtual environment. Now we'll create a simple program. So I'll use the nano text editor and I'll write import ttkbootstrap and then root equal to dot capital window, then root dot main loop. So this is a simple program that will create a ttkbootstrap window. You can save it right now. So you can see tkboot.py here. Now I'll run this code. So you can create a so we have created a simple ttkbootstrap window here. So you can add more widgets to this particular window and create a full-fledged program. So now I'll close this window. Now this ttkbootstrap library is only available inside this virtual environment. If I close this virtual environment, this particular feature, you cannot access the ttkbootstrap library. So I will deactivate it. So now we are outside the virtual environment. And if I run it again, it won't work. It will say no module name ttkbootstrap. This is because ttkbootstrap is locally installed inside your virtual environment. This method will work for all Debian based Linux distributions like Ubuntu, Zorin Os, Linux Mint, etc. And if you like our tutorial, do like, subscribe